Before I reveal the 3 words spoken by Jesus himself, words so powerful they have the potential to transform your life in ways beyond your imagination, I need to address something crucial. It might make you uncomfortable, but it's something we must talk about. Over 2,000 years ago, Jesus Christ walked this earth. He performed miracles, healed the sick, raised the dead, and spoke words filled with divine authority. Yet, here's something fascinating. He never wrote anything down. Not a book, not a letter, not even a single sentence. Every teaching, every revelation, every life-changing truth he gave us came through his spoken word. But thanks to his devoted followers, those who listened, learned, and faithfully recorded his teachings, we now have access to the very words that carry the full weight of his power. Words that are not just stories from the past, but living, breathing, and active forces capable of healing, restoring, and transforming lives today. Now, let me be clear. If you truly believe in the teachings of Jesus, there are certain struggles you shouldn't still be facing. Yes, you heard me right. Not because you are exempt from challenges, but because Jesus revealed spiritual laws, divine principles about how the universe operates under God's authority. And when you understand and apply these principles, your reality begins to shift. Obstacles that once seemed immovable start to crumble. Doors that appeared locked suddenly swing open. So, if you've ever felt like life is throwing battles at you that you simply can't win, if you've ever wondered why things don't seem to change despite your prayers, then stay with me, because by the end of this video, I will reveal one of the most powerful phrases Jesus ever spoke, condensed into just 3 words. And most importantly, I will show you exactly how to use these words to activate divine power in your life. This could be the breakthrough you've been praying for. Let's get into it. To truly understand the power of these 3 words, let me take you back to the exact moment when everything changed. The moment when the course of history, your history, was rewritten. Picture this. It was the darkest day humanity had ever seen. John 19 verse 30 takes us to the final moments of Jesus' earthly life. But before we get there, we need to rewind just a little. Earlier that day, in a Roman courtyard, Jesus stood before a raging crowd. On one side, him, the sinless, blameless Son of God. On the other, Barabbas, a known criminal. Then came the moment of decision. Pilate, the governor, gave the people a choice. Who should be released, Jesus or Barabbas? And in a shocking, almost unthinkable twist, the crowd chose Barabbas. But this was more than just a political event, more than just an injustice. This was deeply spiritual. Jesus knew what was happening. He wasn't taken by surprise. He didn't argue. He didn't plead for his life. Why? Because he understood. He understood that this moment, this betrayal, this rejection, was all part of a divine plan. A plan to set you and me free. What followed was beyond human comprehension. In the next few hours, Jesus endured unimaginable suffering. He wasn't just executed. He was tortured beyond what any human being should ever have to endure. The prophet Isaiah foresaw this moment centuries earlier. In Isaiah 52 verse 14, it is written, "His appearance was so disfigured beyond that of any human being, and his form marred beyond human likeness." This wasn't just a beating. This wasn't just a crucifixion. This was brutality at its worst. They didn't just nail him to a cross. They whipped him mercilessly, stripping the flesh from his body until his back was raw and his spine was exposed. They ripped the beard from his face, leaving him swollen and bleeding. They pressed a crown of thorns into his skull, causing blood to pour down his face. They beat him so severely that his body was left unrecognizable, so much so that people could barely tell if he was even human anymore. Some scholars believe that his intestines may have been visible due to the intensity of the scourging. Can you imagine? And yet, through all this suffering, through all this unimaginable pain, he held on. He endured, not just for the world, not just as a historical event. He did it for you, for your healing, for your freedom, for your victory. Hanging at the very edge of death, beaten, bloodied, barely breathing, he was about to utter the three most powerful words that would change everything. And then, in his final breath, he uttered three of the most powerful words ever spoken. It is finished. Let me say that again. It is finished. Now, I want you to say it with me. It is finished. Pause for a moment. Let those words sink in. Feel the weight of them, the depth of them. These weren't just the final words of a man on a cross. These were words that carried the full force of eternity. The declaration that everything had been completed. I know you've heard these words before. Maybe you've even said them yourself. But what if I told you that hidden within these three words is a spiritual law, a principle so powerful that, when truly understood, it has the ability to break you free from limitations, overcome challenges, and propel you into the life you were created to live. Let's break it down. Step 1. Stop trying to fix it yourself. Let me ask you something. How often do you look at your problems and think, how am I going to fix this? It's exhausting, isn't it? The stress, the worry, the endless cycle of trying, failing, and trying again. But here's the truth. You don't have to fix it. Because when Jesus said, "It is finished," he wasn't just talking about his mission. He was talking about your struggles, your pain, your fears. He was declaring that everything you need for victory, healing, and breakthrough has already been completed. It's already done. The solution is already yours. So right now, I want you to do something. Think about whatever battle you're facing. Maybe it's a financial crisis. Maybe it's a broken relationship. Maybe it's something you've been praying about for years, but nothing seems to change. Now, take a deep breath and say this out loud. This is already finished. The solution is already mine. Say it again, but this time really feel it. Let the words sink into your spirit. Because when you acknowledge that what you need has already been provided, you stop striving and you start aligning with what's already yours. This is where the shift begins. Step 2. See it as done. Now, this is where things get even more powerful. Once you've acknowledged that your battle is already finished in the spiritual realm, the next step is to see it as done. I'm not talking about wishful thinking. This isn't just positive affirmations or hoping things will change. I'm talking about engaging your mind and spirit to visualize the outcome as if it's already reality. Think about this. Jesus didn't say, "It will be finished." He didn't say, "One day it will happen." He said, "It is finished." That's present tense. That's right now. So whatever you're believing for, whether it's a breakthrough in your finances, healing in your body, restoration in your relationships, it's time to start seeing it as done. Right now, I want you to close your eyes. If it's healing you need, see yourself vibrant, strong, full of life. If it's financial freedom, picture yourself paying bills without stress, giving generously, living in abundance. If it's restoration in your relationships, visualize peace, love, and connection being fully restored. Let your imagination align with the finished work. And here's the secret. The more clearly you see it, the more your subconscious mind begins to align with that vision. You're not just imagining it, you're activating your faith. So take a moment, close your eyes, see it, believe it, feel the joy, the relief, the peace. Because when you see it as finished, you give God permission to manifest it in your life. And now we step into the final part. Step 3, declare it with authority. This is where you activate the power behind "it is finished." Jesus didn't whisper those words. He didn't say them passively. He spoke them with authority. He declared that the work was complete. And now it's your turn. Take that vision you created in step 2, the one where you see yourself healed, free, restored, and now declare it out loud. Speak directly to your situation, not as something that might change, but as something that is already done. Say it with me. This is finished. My healing is finished. My financial breakthrough is finished. My restoration is finished. Say it again. Say it with power. Say it with faith. Because when you declare the finished work of Christ over your life, you step into the authority He has already given you. And now, something incredible is about to happen. Speak with conviction, not hesitation. This is important. Your words carry power. Proverbs 18 verse 21 reminds us, death and life are in the power of the tongue. When you speak with authority, you're not just saying words, you're activating a spiritual law. You are shifting from focusing on the problem to declaring the solution. So listen closely. Don't just say these words once and forget them. Speak them daily. Let them become your constant affirmation. Every time doubt tries to creep in, every time fear whispers in your ear, fight back. Repeat those 3 words. It is finished. Push back against the negativity. Reaffirm the truth you're standing on. So let me ask you, what will you declare today? What situation in your life needs a bold declaration of victory? Because the transformation you seek begins the moment you take hold of your authority and say it with unwavering faith. It is finished. And now we step into the final step. This is where everything comes together. Step 4, surrender and trust the process. After you've declared it is finished with authority, there's one final thing you must do. Let go and trust. This is where faith becomes action. Jesus didn't follow his declaration with worry or doubt. He didn't say, it is finished, but what if it doesn't work? No, he trusted that the divine plan was complete. And now, so must you. So here's what I want you to do. Stop replaying the situation in your mind. Stop trying to figure out every step or overanalyzing the how. Release it to God. Philippians 4 verse 6 says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Instead of stressing, focus on gratitude. Act as if it's already done. When you give thanks before you see the results, you're demonstrating the ultimate level of faith. Because gratitude doesn't just change your mindset, it aligns your heart with the divine. And remember this, faith without action is dead. Trusting and letting go doesn't mean doing nothing. It means moving forward in confidence. If you've declared healing, act like you're healed. If you've declared breakthrough, start preparing for it. If you've declared victory, walk as if you've already won. Because you have. And now, let's bring everything together. Now let me leave you with this. What you have released in faith will come to pass. But here's the key. You must trust the process. You've done your part. The seed has been planted. Now, it's time to let God bring the increase. So take a deep breath, release your worries, and walk in confidence knowing that the battle has already been won. And now, here's my challenge to you. For the next 21 days, repeat these 3 words every single day. It's finished. Say them with faith. Say them with intention. Say them until your mind, your heart, and your spirit fully align with the truth. And then watch how your life begins to shift in ways you never thought possible. Now, if you're ready to declare victory over your life, I want you to type "it's finished" in the comments below. This is your first step in claiming what's already yours. And remember this, the transformation doesn't happen because of the words alone. It happens because you believe in the power behind them. Jesus finished it all, so you could step into the fullness of life. Now, it's your turn to claim it. Before you go, don't forget this. Your breakthrough starts now. Type "it's finished" in the comments and declare your victory. Like this video to show your faith in action. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a life-changing revelation. Your next season starts with one step of faith. Let's walk in victory together. See you in the next video.